Good morning, guys. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Takeover Thursday, guys. Thank you for joining me these past days. I've been sharing a lot about my story, little bits and pieces of what my life has been and what happened since 2015 till now. So I want to continue on that and talk a little bit about a powerful decision that I made while being incarcerated in 2015. I decided in the middle of that, with all the skills, life skills that I was learning and all the personal development that I was getting, I started to get very stimulated. My brain started running, and I started making some really good decisions internally. I had new convictions, new thoughts. Core belief was changing, and I was going through a transformation. So one of the things that I decided was to, when I get out and I get a job, I'm not gonna be doing the same things that I was doing. I'm gonna go for the top. When I get out and I get a job, or when I get out and I get my job back, instead of me coming back as a server and maybe making a lot of money in tips and everything, but going nowhere with my career per se, right? I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna start where I need to start, but I'm gonna go into management, right? And it's kind of like, it's not necessarily the easiest way, right? It's not necessarily the easiest idea, and I can explain to you guys for many reasons why. First of all, you've been incarcerated, so when you go into management, most of the times there's a background check, and that comes off. So it's almost like you have the odds against you. Another thing is that losing my job and getting it back, there's no guarantee in that, and starting at a job and building from the bottom, it's a lot harder, right, than building from a job you had for several years. Connections and people and positions you held, etc. Another thing that I think wasn't necessarily for me, or it wasn't, was the pay cut. So, and because I already knew that as a server in my job that I had, I will make more money than most managers did. Maybe not as much as the main manager, the general manager, but I will make more money than all the assistant managers, service managers, in that job. So I knew that I was gonna have to take a little bit of a pay cut at first, but start investing in my career and having something a little bit more set for my family. Now, if I would have had my serving job and I had the right core belief and the right mindset, that's absolutely so many things I could have done with that wage, with that money. Work a little bit of hours and get lots of tips and make more money. That's smart. That's the kind of job that artists have, and musicians, and people who are working on their career and they have a side job is one of the best, because you work maybe 6 hours, sometimes even less, and you make your money, more than $100 a day. So, I work for like the perfect concept for that. I see it all the time. I've done it for years, where I was very content and happy with the money, So again, I knew one day I had to stop serving, right? Eventually, what am I gonna do? Get old and continue serving? It's gonna get old. So I knew one day I was gonna, move on and do something else. But when my life was put on hold and I went to jail, it was kind of like a perfect opportunity for a fresh start that was forced upon me, right? That rock bottom, hitting bottom and making bad decisions, doing things I never thought I would do, and ended up in places I never thought I would end up, especially at that age already, and with 2 babies and my wife, and being settled down for so long, and having my place and my things already building for a while, right? Made a lot of good decisions, but made a lot of stupid decisions at the same time. I never thought that would happen. I thought, if anything, that would happen when I was younger, right? When I was younger and reckless and did whatever the hell I wanted, and hang out with the wrong people, and did a lot of things that I shouldn't have done. What are the odds of me ended up being arrested or in jail or something stupid like that? Of course, they're more probable. But that's how you never say never, and that's how you get your shit together. You get your shit together early, and you stop making all these little stupid mistakes that can one day lead to making a really big one. But it all goes back to core belief, really. The way we believe, the way we see life, the way we were raised, and all these things, information that we absorb throughout our life made us who we are. So that's why now I help people personally develop and grow and look deep into themselves and see what fundamentally is going on in them, because they could be easily a ticking time bomb because they don't have that right core belief that's going to keep them safe and keep them growing in this world, but they're just waiting to blow up and go all right, blow up and just do random things, nothing specific, but just, they don't have that solid foundation yet, because, we are based upon, our foundations are our teachings from our parents, their parenting, our colleagues, our friends, our lifestyle, where we grew up, and everything we were exposed to. And you guys know we were exposed to so much stuff, that where did we grow up, or what privileges do we have, what schools did we attend, what kind of friends did we chose, were our parents good parents in a parenting sense with psychological approaches, or were they traditional parenting that was not helping you grow and develop you, but just give you negative reinforcement instead of positive reinforcement, right? Where they're present, where they're working all the time. Do you come from a broken home? Did a single parent raise you? All of these things have a lot to do, right? So, not throwing rocks on anybody or anything, but that's how our core belief is built. Like, what examples did you have? Was there domestic violence in your home? Was there drug abuse in your home? Was there molestation and abuse in your home? What happened? So that makes you who you are today. So as adults, it's our job to change. So anyways, one of the big decisions that I made in 2015 that blessed me is to grow in my job, grow in my position, and not be stagnant. Now, of course, I talked to you guys about my decision to come out and do my own businesses, so we'll talk about that tomorrow, because that's the next step. But I knew that I needed a 9-to-5 first. I needed the stability. I needed to be able to provide. I needed to rebuild, get a car, have a place to live, get close again, and then pay for service, pay for whatever I needed to pay for legal fees, pay for rent, shelter, food, and everything. Be in good standing in all areas. Make some amends for what I have done. So that's what I did. I reached out to my job, and actually, instead of going into serving, I went into barista, which was less money than I was making. So I took a huge pay cut, but I told them straight up that my goal, my dream was to become a manager. That's what I wanted to do with the company. So I was like, okay, you're gonna start here, and we'll take it from there. And that's exactly what happened. I was at the barista for a couple of months, and I became a head row in that department. So then I can start, sliding my way into management. I was able to get through my background check, and I started being a head row. And I think maybe a little less than a year after that position, I got into my first manager position as a service manager at that restaurant. And from there, maybe 6 months later, I got a promotion to assistant general manager. 9 months later, an opportunity came up, and I asked them if I can become a GM. Now, again, I was knocking doors throughout this whole time. I was asking for raises. I was asking for positions. I was performing 120%. I was the ideal employee, and I was displaying leadership and growth in all levels. At the whole time, in the background, aside from my job, I was growing spiritually. I was growing mentally. I was doing personal development. I was practicing gratitude. I was abiding by the law, taking classes, finishing courses, doing all kinds of things that helped me out. So my life balance was pretty good. I was really serious. I really took seriously what happened to me, and I never wanted it to happen again. So pretty much what I did is I started working on myself a lot. I started knocking doors, and I started asking, what do I need to do? What do I need to learn? How can I add value to myself in order for me to get paid more, in order for me to be needed and appreciated more, in order for me to get a bump in my pay or a promotion. So if it wasn't a raise, it was a promotion. And I've received so many either raises or promotions over the past 5 years. It's ridiculous. It's not even funny. And I can go into detail next time. I'll let you guys go for today. I think this is enough said that, that decision that I made in 2015 changed my life forever. That way of thinking that I came out with changed my life forever and allowed me to do so much. So it's all in mindset. Remember, you can program yourself to do whatever it is that you want, and you can grow in whatever ways that you want. You just have to want it, plan it, say it, and figure out how it is that you're going to do it. And if your job does not allow you to do so, keep that job until you can find a better one that allows you to grow, and then switch. And that's what you want to do. But tomorrow we'll talk about starting your own businesses. Peace.